She smiled at him, but without her usual enthusiasm. "In a little bit," she said. She took one of his hands in hers. To his surprise, they were cold and shaking. Nervousness? "Tom, we need to talk." "Sure. What about?" His heart sped as he considered all the possibilities for bad topics. A break-up? An argument? Please God, not a pregnancy. She's on birth control. We've been careful. "Stop looking so scared. It's nothing like that." She paused and took a deep breath. "Tom, I'm a shit." "What?" "I mean it. I'm a complete and utter shit. Do you remember when I first asked you to go out?" He nodded dumbly. "I didn't do it because I liked you all that much. Hell, I barely knew you. I want to get out of Havana, Tom, just as badly as you do. You know that. But I knew that was never going to happen on my own. Not without money or a college degree. And to get one, you have to have the other." "Sandy, you're smart. Smarter than I am. You could get into pretty much any college here in Illinois." "I know." Her voice was impatient. "Just not smart enough. To get the kind of scholarship that would get me out of here, I'd have to be some sort of genius. A 27 on my ACT and a 3.4 GPA wasn't going to cut it."
"It did for me. Well," he said, being honest, "a 26 and a 3.2 did for me."
"And your parents have good jobs. They can afford to help you pay your way at ISU. My mother can't. So I decided to use you. I looked around school for a boy near my own age, someone who was bright enough to get into college, someone who was decent-looking and a good person, someone who wasn't gay." Her lips twitched in a bitter smile. "Someone I could tolerate while I used him to climb out of this damn river valley and into the world. I chose you. Smart, good-looking, in a boy-next-door sort of way. Decent, according to your ex-girlfriend. Not too experienced either. That didn't hurt. I didn't expect to fall in love with you, though. That wasn't part of my plan. I've been using you, Tom. I intended to glom onto you until you graduated from ISU. Then we could get married and move away. If we got along and I was happy, that was fine. But anything would be better than staying here for the rest of my life, while people like your mother look down at me for being a piece of poor white trash." Tom sat motionless, trying to take in the import of what she was saying. He'd never heard her talk so bitterly before. "Damn, Sandy, that's cold-blooded." "Cold-blooded? When I was 7, we got kicked out of our apartment in November because Mom couldn't pay the bills. I watched and cried as my clothes were dumped on the sidewalk. That's cold-blooded. We lived in a homeless shelter for 4 months before Mom could scrape up enough money for the deposit on a different place. I was 11 before I had a pair of jeans that didn't come from the Salvation Army or Goodwill." Her hands were clenched in her lap. "I never paid for a school lunch in my life. When I was in grade school, I knew it was the one meal a day I was certain to get, not because Mum didn't try, but because the cards are stacked against poor people in this country. Even now, when we're doing pretty well, we're just 1 or 2 bad months away from being back out on the street. If your Mum's new best friend, Reverend Daniels, succeeds in getting the city council to revoke her business license, I don't know what we'll do. I'm sorry, Tom." For a long moment quiet filled the car. Then Tom turned to her and smiled. "I almost missed it. You said you didn't expect to fall in love with me." "No, I didn't." Her hand squeezed his. "I love you, Tom. Can you forgive me?" Doubt gnawed at him momentarily, but he shoved it aside. She isn't lying. If she wanted to hide something, she would never have confessed about this in the first place. "For what? Sandy, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. So what if you started out with selfish motives? I don't care. I love you too." She leaned over and kissed him on the cheek. "Awesome," she said. "Now we can fool around." "In here or outside?" "It's a nice night, and the mosquitoes haven't come out yet. Do you have anything for us to lie on?" Tom opened the door and pressed the stud on his key fob that unlatched the trunk. "That's my motto around you, Sandy. Be prepared."